I think what we got to do before we move on to the last topic is like, until this is resolved, if we talk about sound bites again, or anyone listening to this podcast, let's refer to him as DJ Envious until this is resolved. Okay? Once this is resolved, we can decide if he's going to go back to DJ Envy. But as of now, he's DJ Envious.
Yeah. Welcome back, people. It's Sound Bites, the part of the Album Mode podcast where we're talking about the music, the culture, and the internet, and all those things intertwined to become the music culture that we have today. I'm your host, DeMar Grant, a.k.a. King Grant, a.k.a. The Bunny. I'm joined by my esteemed co-host, co-creator, Adriel Smiley, a.k.a. AdrielSmiley.com, a.k.a. The Godfather, a.k.a. Mr. Smiley. I love Mr. Smiley. And we're also here with our producer, Chris, Agent Zero, Patient Zero. And we're back talking about DJ Envy.
DJ Envious.
Of the Breakfast Club fame. And now I think he's in infamy. I think he's ticked over into infamy. DJ Envy is allegedly part of an alleged Ponzi scam with an alleged person who has been flipping houses, allegedly. This is something that has been all over the interwebs, especially, oh my God, it's red hot on Twitter, where basically DJ Envy has been, he's talked about this multiple times on the Breakfast Club, that he is part of like selling houses and selling rooms and getting people involved in selling houses and stuff like that. And it's just gotten to a point now where DJ Envy and his collaborator, what's the dude's name?
Caesar Pina.
Caesar Pina, or Pina, I think.
Pina, yeah.
Right, is under investigation regarding whether or not this is a Ponzi scheme and whether or not they have allegedly defrauded multiple people.
Apparently, it's over $40 million.
Over millions of dollars.
Yeah, over $40 million, apparently. There's a lot of celebrities are involved.
Do you have a list of the celebrities?
The list of celebrities, I don't have. The ones that have been reported is 50 Cent, of course.
Yep.
That was a huge one.
Oh, God.
50 Cent. And so this is why I think it's not funny. People have lost.
No, it's not funny. It's not funny, but it's.
We're gonna get our jokes off regardless. But here's why it is funny. Because what's resurfacing now, and it's funny because at the time, we all saw these clips and didn't think anything of it, but of other like guests on the Breakfast Club, Angela Yee, Joe Budden, all kind of G-checking DJ Envy of like, is this a scam? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, because Envy said he's like, I called his crew. What was the name of the crew? With him, Joe Budden, DJ Clue, and he was like,
Desert Storm?
Desert Storm. He called his Desert Storm crew and basically told them about it, right? And like, these are the first people that I hit up to jump on this opportunity. And then you cut to another clip where Joe Budden is talking about it, and he's like, no, they're talking about flipping houses and stuff like that. Yo, this sounds like a Ponzi scheme. And I think that's like one of the funniest things that's come out of this. Is like Joe Budden immediately identified it.
Immediately. Even there's one of Angela Yee where she's like, so what do you guys do again?
Yeah.
And then they're like, how much money do you get from it? He's like, I don't make any money from it. And then Angela says, well, that don't make sense. and someone had a great point where they were like, why I never trusted it this whole time is that as much as they brought Caesar to the Breakfast Club, DJ Envy was talking about it online, Charlamagne and Angela, neither of them were invested.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, that has to be a red flag right there because they're both into real estate and so was Angela Yee.
Yep.
So it's like seeing them both not invested was like a red flag to some people. I think someone called Caesar Big Pun.
And it's like, Little Pun?
or Lil Pun. One thing I do think that makes this a little bit more serious is that DJ Envy was using kind of the radio show as promotion for what they were doing. And I don't know if this puts iHeart on the hook for anything in terms of this, like, you know, falsely leading people. But, you know, there was a program on local TV in New York where a bunch of people came on, talked about their experience. And I think it was 4 to 5 of them said they learned about this from DJ Envy on The Breakfast Club.
Oh, okay.
And so it's like DJ Envy is directly driving business to Caesar. So I wonder how that's gonna go. How much responsibility iHeart is gonna have. I'm sure they got something in the super fine print that just kind of takes them out of all this.
The disclaimer.
But people were thinking this was valid because DJ Envy's on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
And so I feel like there's something to that where it's like, how are people going to be liable for what they say and slander and things like that? And will that change the way, like, all the legalities go of radio in America? Because, again, Caesar is taking a lot of people's money. Mm-hmm. Apparently, Caesar had this whole thing started, was doing this thing, met Envy.
And they scaled up.
Envy joined him. My guess is what happened is that, they were taking, money from Peter to pay Paul. And it just got, kind of out of their hands.
Yeah.
What do you think happens with Envy, though? If you look into your crystal ball, King Grant, what happens with DJ Envy over the next... Yes. Look at your crystal ball. What happens with DJ Envy over the next, 3 to 6 months?
I think because there's so much video evidence, like there's so many videos of DJ Envy with Mr. Pina promoting this alleged scam.
Yeah.
That if Envy is not found like guilty of some sort of involvement, there's at least negligence
at a minimum,
because he's been involved with it for multiple years. It's been going on for multiple years.
I think 7 years they've been doing this.
So it's not like it's some like a one-off, he said something to somebody and then a couple of people got roped in. It's like he's been actively a part of this situation for multiple years. Mm-hmm. So in the crystal ball, or I'm putting on the crystal crown.
Crystal crown,
we'll
yeah.
Say. I think that the Breakfast Club is not going to be existing in the near future.
Yeah.
I think that this will not be a thing in the near future, and DJ Envy might not also be a thing in the near future. People very, very, very rarely get away with scamming millionaires and multimillionaires for millions of dollars. Like that doesn't happen very frequently. Very, very rarely are getting away with that. Mm-hmm. So if what they are allegedly is true, this could be coming down like a house of cards very quickly.
That's what I'm interested to see, because not only did they scam rich people, they scammed regular people too.
Yeah.
And so I wonder how that's going to go in terms of anyone getting their money back. I'm guessing that's not going to be happening.
Yeah, no, I know that.
The court case with Envy, like will Envy just, get his 6ix9ine on and, will Lil Pun be headed to jail by himself? Mm-hmm. That's what I want to see is like, are they both doing jail time? Is it only Envy? How much comes out in the court proceedings that Envy knew already? Mm-hmm. Are they going to be, kind of sued again and countersued by the people who have the money to do that? Because there's some celebrities who are involved who have lost money.
Yeah.
And so it's like, there's levels. I was like, my thing is, I don't think they're going to get away with this at all.
Me neither.
I feel
don't think so either.
Someone's going to find a way to like...
Somebody's getting pinned for this.
To pin them down for this. But
it's too public. It's too public and it's too high profile because everybody knows about it.
And again, this is DJ Envy, like the amount of ticket sales they probably sold just on the seminars from this.
Yeah.
And it's funny watching it now, like all the videos of them in like these houses. There's a rumor that Caesar was having people buy into houses he didn't even own. Mm-hmm. And one house in particular, 3 different people gave him $200,000.
Allegedly.
And allegedly. And he did not even own the house that they were buying into.
Right.
And some people he paid back with chains. He gave some people his chains.
Oh yeah, and there was that one guy who got the chain, and then he has this video post of him saying that I was wearing the chain, and then I was just walking, and eventually it just like snapped off as I was walking. So.
Faulty chain. So it's like there's a lot here, at least for content for us for the next few weeks.
Yeah.
But the 2 things I'll be watching is what happened to the Breakfast Club. I think it's obvious that he's going to be let go. I'm sure they're going to announce it like how some coaches doing the NBA of, will this be parting ways?
Yeah, mutual parting of ways.
Mutual parting of ways. I'm sure it's going to be something like that. So what happens with that whole Breakfast Club situation? They've been having guest hosts in. Mm-hmm. I think, like you said, it's over with. I think that will be dissolved.
Yeah, I think it's just because even if nothing, like even if he somehow, some way gets away scot-free, the reputation hit is damaging.
Is damaged. Is damaged.
The reputation hit is really bad.
And then secondly, I want to see what happens in terms of the financial literacy, real estate community, especially in the Black community, because Envy was one of those guys who was preaching that. That was like a part of his shtick. Yeah. And he really was. The videos now again look hilarious because he almost sounds like a con artist now when you watch them now, and he doesn't sound as intelligent. But he was really preaching people learning about finances, getting into real estate early, having that residual income. And so I wonder how that community treats this, because a lot of people do have fear, of getting into finances with someone they don't know because of something like this happening.
Yeah.
And Envy was that middleman of I wouldn't do you wrong. I'm DJ Envy. And so I wonder how they treat him and how that goes, because this is just not a good look for anyone. Caesar, now what happens to him? I think he's going to jail for sure.
I think he's getting the hammer because, there's also a little bit of if you have clout, if you're famous, and if you have money, which I'm assuming that DJ Envy has.
Yes.
Especially considering he's allegedly part of this maneuver. Let's say
maneuver. I like that.
That he has a lot of money. He does claim that he makes $0 from any of this, which is so unbelievably provocative to me. I don't understand how that's possible.
So you're not buying that at all. You're not even jacking that even a little bit.
No, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. If somehow, some way, Cesar Pina gets away with this, it would be. I would need to see the documentary on it, bro, because it's next level. It's too high profile. He's not famous, right? But he's dabbled into the realm of famous people. And usually when that happens, the person who is not famous gets the hammer.
100%.
Right?
100%. Yeah, I think you made a good point. It's over for him.
Yeah.
It's over for him. And how much money he stole as well.
Yeah, we're talking about millions of dollars.
No, $40 million is the reported number.
Yeah.
That is not chump change.
Yeah.
The thing I think is interesting is you saying you don't believe DJ Envy at all, saying that he's not involved or wasn't getting any money. Someone brought up a great point, which makes it worse, is DJ Envy is rich. He did not need this money. And so I think that, so I forgot about that myself. It's he did not need this extra money from Caesar. So I wonder how they're going to prove him getting any money, but
but the thing is that there's video everywhere of him showing people around, him saying this is how we're getting money, this house, how much can we get for this house, blah, 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 blah.
He's too, I think you're right. He's too involved to even if they can't find anything, I think the connotation is still there because he was the face. Yeah. We don't know who Caesar is. It's not for DJ Envy. True. So, yeah. I just can't stop laughing because all his videos of him showing people around, it gives more scam, because there's some words that you can clearly tell he doesn't really know the technical terms for certain things, or how to really explain what's going on. And it really sounds like a slick car salesman saying, "Yeah, we just flip these houses. You know how we do it."
Yeah,
and you're
exactly.
"No, but how?
How exactly? Can you please break it down for me?" That's why I'm calling it a maneuver.
No, a maneuver is good. I think what we got to do before we move on to the last topic is until this is resolved, if we talk about sound bites again, or anyone listening to this podcast, let's refer to him as DJ Envious until this is resolved. Okay? Once this is resolved, we can decide if he's going to go back to DJ Envy. But as of now, he's DJ Envious.
Yeah. So DJ Envious, or Devious, even Devious, bro.
DJ Devious might be better.
Oh my God, this guy is Charlemagne. I would say for Charlemagne, this just gives him more of an excuse to leave. I think that for him, the Breakfast Club is kind of a novelty if you really think about it. In the 2020s, a radio show is immensely popular, and we're these people are stars. That's crazy in the 2020s.
Yeah, that's pretty rare.
So for them to achieve this level of status, wealth, for Charlemagne right now, it's just Angela Yee's gone. DJ Envy looks like he's about to get locked up.
Yeah.
So I think it's time to skedaddle. I think it's time to go. So I think that's it for Charlemagne. Again, this is all alleged for DJ Envy, but let's just say it does not look pretty right now.
It does not look pretty at all for him.
Okay, so what? So to bring the energies back up, what have you been listening to recently? Songs, albums. The people want to know because I think that we're getting closer and closer to the year end, and people have asked personally. I've already been asking me, do you have an album of the year yet? Do you have a top 10 yet? People have been
asking me that too.
Yeah.
It's too soon. We gotta.
I know because we recently just reviewed something where I'm like, this one might be album of the year.
I can think about last year. This didn't make our. I don't think it made either of our top 10. Maybe it made mine at the bottom, but SZA dropped basically at the end of the year.
30. It was like December 20 something that it came out. So
yeah. So I think we gotta wait for that.
Yeah.
What I'm listening to, got shout out my boy Sampha again. Listen to a lot of him, but I'm listening to some songs that have kind of come back into my purview.
Okay.
444, the Jay-Z album. Forgot about how good that was. DJ Felly Fell. I don't know how much people know who that is, but he had a string of singles back in the day. Finer Things with him, Kanye, Jermaine Dupri, and Fabulous, and Neo. A problematic song in so many ways. Okay. But a throwback. And then Timbaland, Shock Value 1 and 2.
Okay.
I've been listening to that, and it is thinking about how Shock Value sounds compared to Metro Boomin's compilation album sounds. Two very different things.
Yeah.
But this has reminded me, we don't have that producer who is really credible in both spaces. Timbaland is definitely the last producer I can think of who, credible in the hip hop world, credible with black music, but also, an absolute demon on the pop side.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been listening to a lot is old Timbaland, old DJ Felly Fell, and Jay-Z 444.
Okay. I'm keeping it current as I am known to be. I have been listening to Ken Carson's A Great Chaos a lot. Okay, I think that album is it went for I think around 50K first week. So people are listening to it.
People definitely listen to that.
Yeah, people are listening to it. I think it's good. I think it's underrated. I think the people that are into opium rage type of music, they're like, this is the shit.
You think it's underrated, eh?
But the people who are not in that sphere, it's invisible. Ken Carson is invisible to them.
I get what you're saying, yep.
Right? So that's why I'm saying it's underrated, because I'm I feel like it's good enough to the point where if you're, I guess you're your mom is not going to be listening to Ken Carson.
No.
But I'd be you should be able to talk to a friend and be yo, have you heard of Ken Carson? And be yeah, I heard one or two songs, or something. I feel like it's that quality that maybe it could be breaking out, but it has not yet.
I would say that it is breaking out. This is his highest first week sales in his career. I've only heard good things about the project. I haven't heard anyone say anything bad, either online or in person.
Right.
Everyone in my circle who's listened to it likes it a lot. But I will say this, he really is in this place, and this is, to me personally, I think it's a great place to be, is everyone who hears your music
loves
it, and everyone else has no idea it exists. The huge hate hasn't made. I think Yeat is in the huge hate place.
Yeah, Yeat. It's turned.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to say last year he was where Ken Carson is currently.
I would say last year people didn't really know who he was as much. This I had two separate people text me when the Drake album came out, and they said I hate Yeat's voice. That was their main note from the project. So Ken Carson is in that beautiful space where it's whoever rocks with you, they love it, and whoever doesn't rock with you doesn't know you exist.
Right.
I think that he's definitely headed into that Yeat space, in the following years to come.
Right.
But he's in a good space right now, and I think too that last album was a good one. I think it helped because it's he was in that space where it's if you might know who he is and be this album was kind of okay, I know who he is for a reason.
Right. So then my other album that I've been listening to a lot, Afterlife by Yeat. I'm in the opium space right now.
Yeah.
But then I'm also countering it by listening to Lahai by Sampha, which is literally the polar opposite style of music, aesthetic, everything.
Literally the polar opposite.
Yeah, literally the polar opposite. But yeah, that's what I'm into. Obviously, New Jeans, still banging New Jeans. And I would say that PS1 drill playlist that we made, like, Saint, Ashbex,
Yeah.
a little bit Unknown Teen is in there too. Like, that's why I'm listening.
That playlist is banging still for me.
Yeah. So like I'm listening to a lot of just Saint straight up and a lot of Ashbex straight up, their latest projects. So a lot of things happening at the same time. Not listening to the Caliucci's album as much, but at the beginning of the year, I was playing that shit all the time.
That was like
Yeah.
appointment viewing.
Yeah. So that's where I am currently. Does that mean that's what's going to happen in the top 10? No.
Yeah.
But currently, this is where I am.
Two things I want to bring up before we got it here.
Yeah.
Is there an album you're really looking forward to that's not out right now?
Yes.
What's the album?
Pink Panthers is dropping a project November 10th, I think. November 10th or 17th, something like that. That shit, because we've been on Pink Panthers since the jump.
Yeah.
Right? Since the jump. So I've already been all over it. I have her previous project, the record for it. New Jeans, right, is making similar music. It's sounding great.
Yeah.
Pink Panthers had a couple of singles. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Boys a Liar. Come on now. Talk to me. Right? So she's on a hot streak right now. So I'm waiting for the album. She's like in this white like dress, but it's like also like a castle. Like she's going for a weird.
I'm so interested to see what the music sounds like. I'm so interested.
Me too. So I'm really looking forward to that. What about you?
An album that's coming out from someone I'm looking forward to. My guess would be J. Cole, but I know that's not coming. I've heard some rumors that's going to be 2024.
Yeah. So, A$AP Rocky, remember when that was supposed to come out this year? I guess that's
A$AP Rocky may still come out. I don't know if I have an album that I'm looking forward to. Yeah. I can't really think of one that I'm like, I need to hear what they had to say. One that I'm looking forward to, but again, I don't have faith. Like looking forward to is kind of predicated on faith.
Yeah.
Is Central C. I think Central C, this is like his big follow-up. And it's crazy to think. I think about his success and like him having all these big songs. What did you think about the song with him, the Kid Laroi, and Jungkook, Too Much? What did you think about that?
That was like, how do I even describe that? I feel like it's kind of like if a record label exec who's like 65, he just saw all these names in succession, and he's like, that Central C, people love Central C, right? Jungkook, he's hot K-pop, right?
Yeah.
And then Kid Laroi is like, we got Korean artists, we got a UK artist, we got American artists. Like, they're all hot.
The streams will be going crazy.
It's going to be a moment. It's going to be a moment.
It is one of those moments.
Right? And he just like, let's just throw them all in one track, see what happens.
Did you like the song, though?
It was okay. It's okay. Like, there's only, the way I like music, I want synergy when it comes to the artists.
You didn't feel that between them?
Come on. Let's be for real. Like, that. What's happening?
No, you're right. It wasn't a Glorilla Cardi B type of combo. No. You didn't feel that synergy there. I thought it was interesting because you know what it reminded me of? There was a day when like the crossover song was like a part of everyone's rollout. Yeah. Like if you think about Katy Perry having songs with Juicy J or Taylor Swift with Kendrick Lamar, it's like that was like
Katy Perry and Snoop Dogg.
That was what you did. Like, as a top artist, you did that crossover record and that was your single. And everyone was cool with it. I think about Over and Over with Tim McGraw and Nelly. We didn't even blink at that. That just made sense to us.
It was actually really good too.
It was a banger. I think about We Made It with Busta Rhymes and Linkin Park. And so it's like, we've lost that. As the more that genres have blended together, we've lost that like true crossover. Because I think now the way music is, like, we would kind of have some amazing crossovers musically, and that's just.
I'm still praying on that New Jeans and Pink Panthers crossover. That's a real sonic crossover, though.
We're waiting for the album. On the album, I'm calling it now. We're gonna see that.
I would actually burst into tears if something like that happened. I would actually
save the tears for the podcast. Let's get it on camera. But I'm calling it now. New Jeans will be on the Pink Panthers project.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, well, we'll see. I would actually be like, that would be a moment for me. Okay. The record label exec for me, like, this is a moment, guys. Like, you don't even understand. Like, people don't even understand what type of moment that would be.
It would be huge.
To me. Send the podcast. Send the pod. Thank you, everybody, for listening to Album Mode and watching Album Mode. This is the Soundbites portion. Again, where the music, the culture, and the internet all intertwine to give us what the music culture that we have today. Thank you, everybody. Make sure you follow us at Album Mode Pod at Instagram, at Album Mode Pod on TikTok, at Album Mode Pod on Twitter. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe the video. 5 stars. 5 stars. Not a single star less.
Not a single star less.
On every audio platform that you can listen to the Album Mode podcast. And Adriel, make sure you know yourself and know your worth.
Later days.